is a nice looking little split.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
They're
he
only
did
your.
see it too.
You did?
Yeah.
God, how big was it?
He was walking right across the
Was it 4 or 3 frames?
Yeah.
The mite?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The mite or the hive beetle? No.
Mine.
Yeah, drones, like, you know, that's not, in my book, that's not bad. Drones are a sign of it. They need drones.
Yeah, wait.
Don't cull all your drone combs. I mean, stuff like this, that's a good thing. It's a sign of a healthy colony, and they need them. You know,
Would you do it for mite control though? I guess you really can't now that it's there and
right.
you have a way to take it
There
off
is, you know, you
without-
mean the drone frames? There are frames that are just drones.
Yep.
At that point, are you then selecting for a mite that only targets the worker bee by removing only the mites that have gone into the drone? I don't know. So I prefer, I mean, we have really good controls now that are organic. Formic acid, HopGuard, 2 good controls. Actually, the formic is registered for organic use if the supers aren't on the hive. You know, to me, pulling drone brood, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to me, but if you have a few hives, why not? You know, I don't know. Like I said, first off, I've got my own opinions, and they're not necessarily right. That's just what works for me.
Oh, we know. Everybody's got lots of opinions.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good, yeah.
Well, your opinion is always based on what you said, what's worked for you.
Right. And it's what an old timer always used to say to me. My opinion is worth what you paid for it.
Yep.
You know.
It's like the advice you get on a golf course.
But this is, geez, we're not seeing any viral symptoms, any deformed wings. You know, by splitting, here's something here. Here's a, I thought that, yeah, she's hatching out. She's just taking a rest. Sometimes when they're high, you get viral loads. You'll see bees just like this that weren't able to get out of the cell. They just didn't have the energy. And you'll see a lot of them, and they turn black. She's, I think, just taking a break. She's chewed away mostly out. But that's what, you know, later in the summer, when the mites start getting high, they'll look just like that, and they'll be dead. She's very small. She's got a small abdomen, so I suspect that yep, there's a mite on her.
Yeah.
See that? There's a mite right there. So she may be on. Oh, she's wingless too. She has no wings, so she was going to die. So this is the start of wingless bee virus.
Caused by mites?
Yeah, well, there's the mite crawling on her right there. So it's transmitted by mites. It's not really caused by it. It's like any viral thing.
So Dave, would you scrape the bottom of that frame to get all that stuff off?
They're just going to put it right back. I wouldn't bother myself unless I was putting this hive body on top of another one, and then you have to get rid of it.
Okay, so if that were the top box and you pulled that off and it ripped and made a huge mess,
Right,
would
then you scrape to get the mess away. But to me, that's, you know.
Would you like to do it for demonstration purposes?
Yeah, if you want to scrape that off, just put it on the side of your hive like that.
Give it to the chickens.
Skunks will be by, chickens will be by. Just make sure the queen's not on it.
Yeah. Please.
You know, it'd be interesting to see if there are mites in those. I mean, that's another good place to look for mites is in the drone brood. They do prefer to parasitize. There's a mite right there. They do prefer it because the cycle's a little. It's better for them. It's more suited to their developmental cycle to parasitize the drone brood. You can actually, in the bottom of these cells, you can see the males. They're white. The females. This is a female mite. some cultures, they fry this up and eat it.
It's all protein, isn't it?
Yeah, they sell it in the markets in Thailand. Drone brew.
Take it down to farmer's market.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring some in.
Yes. Just mark them carefully.
Yeah, here's a bee hatch in here that let's see if she's got her wings. So just see one bee that was just getting ready to hatch, wingless. So, but this is a split, right?
Yep.
That was given a queen. Their brood cycle's been interrupted as well. It's good for the parent colony. It's also good for the split. It interrupts the mite cycle enough that they don't develop as quickly.
So would you treat that hive?
No, I wouldn't. At this point in time, I wouldn't. Just by looking at it. Here's another thing. We're gonna they drew it out on the face, so we're just gonna put that on the outside wall.
When you're inspecting a hive, do you have a clue when they might not like you?
Yeah.
What is it? I mean, when they're
They
looking
tell me.
at you, I know, 1,000, 10,000 eyeballs, but is there
You
anything
can just
else?
tell it's the way they look at you. I don't know.
The noise.
No, it's their demeanor.
What? They ping you?
No, I can tell when they need smoke just by their demeanor on the top bars. I can't explain it, but they change their attitude. It's the way they walk.
I mean, they're very quiet right now.
Yeah. I can.
They're moving slow.
Now that they have queens, they're a lot quieter.
Right. So I'm going to just put this frame right back where it was because that's where it's best.
Maureen,
And I never really look for the queens.
you might want to pass that around. I don't know if
unless
people want
I'm
to see
doing
it.
splits and stuff. And then if I'm doing splits, a lot of times I make sure I don't necessarily look for the queen. I make sure she's not on the frame I take. I would rather look at this frame twice than look at everything else twice. So if I'm taking 2 or 3 frames, I'll just make sure she's not on that frame. It's not always 100%, but I don't have a lot of time sometimes. You know how that is.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll leave that off. There's always the ongoing debate about inner covers and where they should be. That's the way I like them, with the hold down all the time. It gives them a little bit more bee space. You can put it the other way. I mean, this time of year, a lot of my hives have just a piece of plywood on top. There is still enough room for them to get around.
I'm going to actually put this back on, but you feel like, because I'm going to put a new box with undrawn foundation on it, should I keep feeding them?
At this point in time, I wouldn't.
Really?
There's a lot coming in right now, and it's just, the vetch is coming on, the milkweed will be soon, sumac. I would leave that box off so you can put the frames in it.
I'd be happy to stop feeding them.
It's really, in some parts, in some parts of Maine, it's really coming in fast. This last week, and this weather is perfect. The humidity that we have in the air, the flowers don't dry out as much.
You can use that box to split the other one.
I don't know. It's the frames that are the problem.
I hear you.
So your roots are pushing liquid.
Nobody leaves until they've made one frame today, no?